Good morning and welcome to Sports at Sunrise, where you get your morning sports opinions. I'm Caleb. I'm here with Geek. Geek, we had a lot of stuff happen this weekend, weirdly, in college.
None of that matters.
No, because I can
Don't
go on a
care.
mini rant here.
Okay, have fun.
First off, Texas beat A&M. Wait, duh, we talked about that. I'm
We
stupid.
already talked about that.
Ohio State won the game for the first time in forever. Bama won the Iron Bowl. The funny one was Duke's in the ACC championship game at 7-5 because they have different tiebreakers than every other conference, which led to Duke getting in over Georgia Tech, which everyone thinks is ridiculous because Georgia Tech also beat Duke earlier in the year, but because of however tiebreakers work. But Lane Kiffin is my rant here. Have you seen what's been going on with our boy Lane?
I know he chose to go to LSU, but I guess did he want to stay and coach the playoffs for Ole Miss?
So,
and
here's
was LSU going to let him, and Ole Miss got bitchy, and then
Yes.
he...
And
Yeah,
then
that's-
Lane's response was he told his entire offensive coaching staff either they come with him now or they can't coach with him at LSU.
Real.
He never talked to the players about after leaving. Never said a word.
I mean,
Never
okay,
addressed the
to
team.
be fair, if I was still trying to coach the team and then the school was like, no, fuck you and die, I get being petty and just leaving.
And from what I understand, the Ole Miss's issue was that he announced it already, and the LSU was fine if he waited to announce it.
Oh, because LSU wanted the answer, but it didn't have to be a public
They
answer?
didn't have to be a public answer right away because they're gonna make the playoffs. They're in the college football playoffs, and from what I understand, LSU wasn't gonna announce it until he announced it because they also understood. But Lane wanted to because he wants to get a jump on recruiting for LSU.
Gotcha.
And completely threw Ole Miss to the side for LSU. So now they'll walk into the playoffs without their coach.
No, they have a better coach. They're having Coach Manning. That's
they-
real, right?
I don't know.
I mean, Eli Manning tweeted about it.
I think it's gonna.
So there's a tweet from 24/7 Sport. This said, Justin, Ole Miss has announced that if Lane Kiffin departs for LSU, former Rebels QB and NFL legend Eli Manning will take over as head coach. According to multiple reports, the university has already outlined the transition plan and would move quickly to elevate Manning.
Read the name of the Twitter account again.
Yeah, you do. No, the reason I am saying this is because Eli Manning quote tweeted it and said Coach Manning has a nice
Because
ring
it's
to it.
Eli adding to the bit.
Is he just playing into the bit?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well-
But what if it's real now?
it's
What if Eli just manifested it?
Eli
Who else
makes
is
it
going
a
to take over? Who else is going to take over then?
the offensive and defensive coordinator.
The ones who you just said were leaving with Lane
No.
Kiffin?
Lane gave them the choice.
Oh,
He
and they chose not to?
We don't know who chose yet. He more or less said, "Get on the plane with me Monday, or you're not coming with me at all." So we'll find out
Gotcha.
who leaves Monday.
Gotcha.
I really hope it's nobody.
I kind of hope it's everybody because that bit's funnier. But also, like, who cares? I get Ole Miss is mad because he announced it publicly. But also, like, as a school, you're screwing over the kids Lane brought in. And you're ruining their only chance at being successful. When Lane was willing to stay.
Yeah, he wanted a coach to stay. He wanted a coach to the playoffs. He did.
Yeah.
I think both. I'm mad at both parties. I'm mainly mad at Lane for how this could have all been avoided if he didn't play up the decision fully. He then said also, if we make the SEC championship, he won't make the announcement. They didn't. They're going to be in the playoffs. He still said it, which I feel is wrong. He could have waited 2 to 3 weeks because they're not going to make the Natty. They'll either lose round 1 or they'll lose to whoever they play off of the bye. That's Ole Miss just wasn't going to be like that. Then he can go to LSU and be good there. I just don't like it. I don't like it for the players.
Fair.
Now football. That's my little college football rant. Don't worry. It might be one of the last ones for a while.
Good.
George Kittle played good football today.
Yeah, he was all right. All I know is I've been told Brock Purdy has aura because he could do the Dougie mediocrely. Make a guess on which of our friends who claims to know ball.
I know who it is. It's the only one who will try to give him the benefit of the doubt in anything.
Yeah.
It's the only one who thinks he's good at football when he's not.
But they beat the Browns. And, he got outplayed by Shador. But, 5th round pick and second start versus $60 million quarterback.
I felt bad for Shador in some instances.
I didn't get to watch most of the early games, so I did not see much of this.
He missed a touchdown, but he's young, and it was not exactly the easiest throw. He was out of the pocket on a scramble, set his feet, and tried to throw a deep ball that was open. Just threw it far. Oh well. But his guys had some big drops for him, which really hurt. Plus,
one of them were Jerry Jeudy.
Plus,
That's
they
all
lost
I know.
2 fumbles.
Oof, that's tough.
Jags beat the Titans.
Fork found in kitchen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Titans lost football game, fork found in kitchen.
Yeah. The Texans beat the Colts.
I'm not surprised. Look, the Colts are a fine team. You can't trust Daniel Jones that much, though. Like, again, he played fine-ish.
Especially
barely completed 50% of his throws, but like
you can't trust a Daniel Jones even more
I don't
with
care. Oh, I thought you were trying to say, well, he played well because, and it's like, if you're gonna play, I'm holding you to the same standard as.
But you're not gonna. You're not gonna be able to rely on Daniel Jones, who even with a hood fibula, loses half of what he does because he's not gonna be able to. We call him Vanilla Vic for a reason.
Sure. But like we knew that the Texans defense could slow Jonathan Taylor. We knew that. We knew the Texans offense would probably be able to outperform the Colts offense. They have a better quarterback. They have better weapons. Even though Stroud didn't look perfect yet, he's still C.J. Stroud.
He played well,
which is important.
He made some big ass throws.
I was gonna say he made big time plays, and then the offense did enough to win, and that's really all you have to do with the best defense in football right now. You can argue for the other team. I don't care. It's unimportant to me. But
I am at the point where if you say Houston has the best defense, I'm not going to argue with you. If you say Denver has the best defense, I'm not going to argue with you. They're both so good at what they each individually do, where it's like, what's your forte?
Sure. Like you have the best defense in football. Just do enough, and it's easier for C.J. Stroud to do enough than it is for Davis Mills.
Yeah.
The Colts do have to really be concerned now because the division really isn't in their hands anymore.
No, they're no longer even leading.
Excuse me?
Jags now run
the Jags are now. The Texans are still in the most advantageous position to win that division, but
we'll see. We'll see 3 AFC South teams in the playoffs this year.
Probably, yeah.
which is fun because then it's either the Bills, Chargers, or Chiefs in that last spot.
I would put my money on the Bills right now.
I probably would. Dolphins Saints.
Who cares?
This was actually probably of the morning slate my favorite game to watch. The 5 minutes I watched because the ending of this game was actually insane.
Yeah, I watched Tyler Shuck throw a pick too. That was fun.
Yeah, that was tough, but they then get the onside recovery, and
Which, by the way, I don't
wasn't
care
an
that they
onside recovery.
reviewed it. It was not.
So
That was illegal touching. I don't get it.
no, because I talked to my dad about it. I'm pretty sure they were looking at. I think they thought the Miami Dolphins player touched it. The angle we got didn't show their thigh to see if it scraped their thigh and thumb or not, because we could only really see from behind. And it's if you can't have conclusive evidence, you have to go with what's the call in the field.
That's fair. Hate it, but that's kind of fair.
Yeah.
How you feel about a Broncos legend being the best receiver of the week, though?
Raylan made some huge plays for them. I will say. I felt bad for Shook at the end of this game.
If Olave could catch, the Saints win.
Yeah. I saw that ball and I'm like, oh my God, what a ball.
The pure just miss of trying to catch like this is crazy.
I felt bad for Shook in that moment, and in that moment I knew who won the football game. The Jets won a football game.
What? Sorry.
The Jets beat the Falcons.
Oh, right.
Shout out special teams. Shout out defense.
I mean, shout out Tyrod Taylor, man.
Give
Tyrod his credit.
Tyrod ended the game was huge.
My receiver takes, I feel like, continue to age well.
Adonai Mitchell had a great game, dude.
Adonai's here. John Mechie's been good for them for the last, 3 weeks. If I tell you a receiver's good, just trust me. They're probably good. I think I've earned that. No, they're all still good.
No.
I didn't tell you to trust my takes on quarterbacks. Also, shout out Malachi Moore. He's my goat.
No.
I mean, you remember how in love with Malachi Moore I was going into the draft last year. He's the best player on the Jets defense currently, so shout him out.
I mean, I think if you would have gone first round pick, you would have given that the best draft or the pick of the draft still.
Yes. And I gave the Jets the best draft because of going as REA and Malachi.
Yeah.
Getting them both made them the best draft.
No, the Jets special teams showed up huge for them.
Always does. Shout out Kenny Nwangwu.
Kenny didn't do shit.
I know.
Bucks Cardinals.
I still don't trust the Bucks currently. I have no faith.
I'm in a weird spot because this is a game where you shouldn't trust them, but the Cardinals have done this to every team where it's a one-score game.
That's true.
You're
not completely incorrect.
I mean, Jags were a one-score game. We're going to ignore the 49ers and Seahawks games because, ouch. Packers one score. Colts one score. Seahawks were a one-score game earlier in the year. 49ers one-score game earlier in the year. They've lost like everyone by one score. Where it's like, I don't want to trust them, but they're starting to get healthy again.
I am distracted. I didn't see the touchdown. Wow, Tristan Wirfs caught a touchdown.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I was so happy. And you know who caused it? Chris Godwin. Because Chris Godwin dropped a touchdown to play before. It was funny. They're like, the announcers saw it thrown to Godwin, who was wide open, and it go to his chest. And like, oh my God, he dropped it.
Oh my God,
that's not Chris Godwin. But no, with them getting healthy, I think as they're gonna gain their momentum back. They're
maybe
just starting to get to a dangerous spot because the Panthers look really good. Sorry,
true.
Not really good, but they look like a actual football team.
No, the Panthers look really good. I mean, they're 7-6. They have basically the same record as the Bucks. They're going into their bye week. Bryce Young just outdueled Matthew Stafford.
Dude, I felt so bad for Stafford when he threw his first pick. I watched the most Stafford throw. It was in the Reds. His first pick was batted up. But I watched the most Stafford throw where he threw a perfect laser to Puka Nacua, who had like 1 inch of space for that ball. Put it perfectly. Puka just didn't hold on to it going out of bounds. And then a batted ball for his pick. The second one I can't defend. He threw it behind Puka. It was a pick 6. And then Stafford fumbled the game away.
It happens to the worst of us. Did you know Bryce Young now is the youngest player in NFL history with 11 game-winning drives?
Really?
Getting to that mark now faster than both Josh Allen and Peyton Manning, who were the previous 2 fastest.
This kid's pretty good. Oh, no, my favorite play to still watch from the Panthers is the quick running back flat from Bryce Young where he has to jump to get it over the defensive line. I saw that today and I giggled.
It's so funny.
It's so funny. Tet only got targeted 2 times, but it was a 43-yard touchdown for one of them.
Yeah.
No, they played a great football game today. It was awesome.
Are the Panthers a good team?
The answer is simple. They're going to lose to the Saints the next game somehow. Because it's the Panthers still.
Yeah. I agree.
That's the answer.
And they'll split with the Bucks, and they'll somehow beat the Seahawks, and everyone will be confused.
It's the Panthers still. But I'm starting my stocks in the Panthers for these next few years. So I feel like they're gonna get there soon. You want to talk Seahawks Vikings?
No.
No.
No, I don't. No, because here's what I want to say. Our defense is too good for this bullshit, man. We made the Seahawks offense look useless. JSN had 2 catches for 23 yards. Yeah. I told you if anybody could figure out Sam Darnold, it was Flores. The issue is, for as bad as anybody thought J.J. McCarthy was, Max Brosmer is about 9 times worse.
So I made the joke before the games. I was talking to my dad, I'm like, this could be a good game. Because this can't be any worse than what JJ's done some of these games. How was I wrong?
You were so wrong. You were so wrong.
This was a masterclass on how not to play NFL quarterback.
Hey, but he used his tight end. He just also never threw the ball to the best receiver in football.
Yeah, he threw it.
He threw it to the wrong team a couple times.
He never threw it accurately to the best receiver in football.
Shout out Kobe Bryant, though. He had a pick.
Shout out Kobe Bryant.
My goat. No, you know what? There's one good takeaway here. And there has been. Because I think a lot of people are really stupid. I still say this about J.J. McCarthy, too, but I also get quarterback development times only get to exist for so long.
Yeah.
Coaches have jobs to keep. So as much as I want to say you got to be patient with the kid, whatever. Maybe, though, you should actually be patient with the 22-year-old edge rusher. Just a thought. This whole Dallas Turner is a bust thing, it was crazy. But I don't know if you watched today's game.
Okay, yeah. No, I didn't want to watch that shit.
So today's game was cool. But over his last 3 games, Dallas Turner has 15 total tackles, 8 QB hits, an extremely high pressure rate, which is the number I can't find anymore. I had a tweet, but I lost it.
Yeah.
He's had 4 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 2 passes defended, and 2 forced fumbles. In today's game, he had 4 total tackles, 2 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. As edge 3 behind Andrew Van Ginkel.
How I've
and
always
Jonathan
felt
Grant.
about edge rushers. And this is why I love to use Denver as the example here.
Yeah.
Jonathan Cooper was a 7th round pick. Nick Bonino was the last pick of the 2nd round. That's a top 5 pass rush duo in the league right now. I originally would say number 1. I have no argument for number 1 right now because of the fucking Texans. So, I'm not going to try to make that argument then here and here. And then you look at the guys behind. Our D-line is really just the epitome of development. Where you have to be patient with edge rushers, especially because there's a lot of these edge rushers. Dallas Turner came in as a developmental guy. These guys are developmental edges. There's freaks of nature who you got to develop.
He was 21, and you looked at him and said, look at those arms. Look at that bend. We can do something with this. And then it was, oh, he's not immediately better than 2 all-pro edge rushers. Oh, my God. He must be a bust.
That's why...
Like, no, Grenard and Van Ginkel just exist,
that's
man.
Why
Calm down.
when people have harked on us for the Q Robinson pick, because not a lot of people like this pick of Q Robinson. I'm like, guys... He's a 4th-round developmental edge who could be really fucking good in this league. Give him a chance. Bills beat the Steelers because the Steelers can't move the ball against the Bills somehow.
Yeah, man. Rodgers is old.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not very good.
No.
And the Steelers' defense isn't very good.
No.
And the Steelers' run game isn't very good. Because they're believing in Jaylen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell. And I have fully committed to the idea that it's all because of Aaron.
Yeah.
Like, look at every younger player on the Steelers. They just don't get to play.
Yeah. He's ruining careers, damn it. Get him off out of the damn league!
Real. Where will Aaron Rodgers play QB next year? Because I have a feeling the Steelers are going to fall out of the playoffs. Tomlin's going to finally end up getting fired and end up... I think the funniest scenario is that somehow the Bengals come back and win that division, and the Ravens miss the playoffs and fire Harbaugh, and Tomlin ends up a Raven.
That would be hilarious. I think if
Tomlin with that defense, ooh.
That defense would...
And a real quarterback?
Empire. Fuck the Chiefs. We have the new dynasty.
Real.
Now, I think there's a million places Tomlin could go, and that team goes from like a 4-win team to a 9-win team, just with Tomlin because of how Tomlin rolls.
Yeah.
And the Steelers shouldn't have 6 wins if you really look at how they've played a lot of these games. Tomlin has just bullshitted his way to his classic. We're just good enough to win some of these dumbass games.
Yep. If it's a close game, I just trust the Steelers to win it. Tomlin will do the right thing.
Yeah, I mean they've lost 2 one-score games all year.
Yeah.
And one of them took game-winning drives from the other team. Both of them was just Flacco and Caleb Williams having to go on game-winning drives.
Yeah. Yeah.
TJ Watt did nothing, by the way.
He never does. Shocker. I mean, he did get hurt by standing there.
Mm-hmm. Not
I really don't know what happened.
I don't know.
But it's the least surprising thing ever. My issue is I still don't trust the Bills.
Dude, I don't
I know I said I trust them more than the Chargers and the Chiefs. That's just because Josh Allen hasn't entirely lost his superpower the way Mahomes has. Like, I'm not saying Mahomes is bad right now. I'm not. But Mahomes' superpower was that he was the best deep ball thrower in the league, and he doesn't know how to do it anymore. He can't do it.
Yeah, Josh Allen it's weird.
Josh Allen still has his superpower.
He just doesn't.
He's just not playing as good.
And it's.
But then you'll have games where it's suddenly the Bills need him, and he does.
I think he's trying to.
If there's maybe, because it feels like if there's any amount of we're okay without the superpowers, he just doesn't try. He just goes, James, do something.
Well, I think it's what I think it is he's realizing he's not 25 anymore. He's 29, approaching 30. And at this age, if he takes one bad hit that gets him hurt anymore, who knows what will happen. And is trying to... Yeah. I have James Cook now, who can give me something offensively. In some of these games, we can win with just me being a top 5 thrower of the ball and not having to use everything. And trying to save his body for the playoffs more now. I think he's trying to involve his game in that way. Well, he's still a great quarterback. He's still a top 5 quarterback. I don't care.
Yeah.
And game-winning drives, I think he's the guy I want most right now in the NFL.
Right now, yes. In my brain, it still says Mahomes, but like
with how people
right now, I'm not trusting him to hit the big throw.
No, and it's why I've always thought Mahomes was number 1. The reason I've always thought it's close is this situation.
I always thought Lamar was closer than Josh.
So, what I've always liked Josh over Lamar is I can't think of a situation I'm uncomfortable with Josh Allen as my quarterback. I feel really good. But I feel better. There's more situations I feel better with Josh than I feel with Lamar.
Interesting.
I think Josh is a better thrower of the football. Lamar's obviously a better scrambler. There's no one. If anyone tries
I think Lamar is closer as a thrower than people give him credit for.
I think he's a great
I really do.
But I also think there's something of... I trust Josh Allen in a must-get situation to break the first hit in the pocket. Lamar, I trust to avoid it, but I don't trust him if he gets hit to bounce off of it and then go big some bullshit as much as Josh. Chargers Raiders. Chargers won a football game. Herbert got hurt though.
Yeah, but he played through it, so he's fine.
He played through it, but apparently Harbaugh is not sure if he's going to be missing time because of it. That came out after the game.
The only thing I know about this game is I don't think I've ever been more wrong about a team going into a season than I was about the Raiders. So, but I don't know why.
I know why.
Well, okay. Once their offensive line fell apart,
I don't even think that's why.
Oh.
The Geno we expected was not the Geno we got.
Well, that's fair. But that still contributes to I've never been more wrong about a team because I expected Geno to at least be Brock Purdy.
Yeah. But that's where, I was wrong. I didn't think the Raiders were going to be as good as people thought. I thought they'd still scrape their way to 6 wins. Because I thought with Geno, Ashton Genty, Bowers, you had Jacoby Myers at the start of the year. Your offense would be good enough to scrape you to 6 wins. And your defense would be decent enough to hold for 6 wins. Dude, this team is...
It's bad.
I don't like it. I hate the Raiders. I want good football, and I thought the Raiders were going to be just a clinic of good football. And I'm interested to see next year, because next year is when allegations can start to happen on Kale's name, and I want to see what allegations people want to push up towards Kale.
Interesting.
Because it's year 1, he's going to get the pass because of how Geno's playing. If it's a different quarterback than Geno next year, which it could not be because of Geno's contract.
Yeah.
If it's a different quarterback, and it's not just a rookie, because a rookie you get another year of excuses.
Yeah.
Well,
actually, apparently you don't.
Well,
if you're a top 5 coach in football and you have a rookie quarterback, you don't get any excuses. You should be fine.
You're the Vikings. You don't count.
Gotcha.
That's how it's always worked. You know this.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I'm interested to see if people try to say that he's done nothing without the Legion of Boom or he's done nothing without Russ. Or just discredit the Geno year. Now we'll talk about the game Geek wants to talk about the most.
I don't.
You don't? Broncos Commanders. Here's what I will say about this game. I'm not going to use it as a point to pick up the Broncos. There's aspects I could. Absolutely. I think Bo Nix played one of his best games he's ever played as a pro. His pick was horrible. His pick was bad. I'm not going to try to bullshit my way that it wasn't a bad pick. He threw it right at Bobby Wagner. And the Commanders' defense is not the best defense in the league. Which is why I expect Bo Nix to do well on the passing front. Bo Nix showed your big thing with older quarterbacks is you don't get as much time to develop them. You need to see the game awareness.
Yeah.
The play that stood out to me most was it was 3rd and 8. The Commanders since Dan Quinn took over the off defense has been zone. Because that's what Dan Quinn's built his career on. They send a man blitz on 3rd and 8. Nix drops back, realizes it quick, and just scrambles up the middle for a first down. Doesn't play games of trying to force a throw and letting pressure get there. Both corners blitz the B gap. He just runs straight through the A gap, gets his 8 yards, slides, first down Broncos, keeps the change rolling. I'll also say Ingram played well tonight, which was awesome to me because a lot of people and a lot of Broncos fans are like, why did we get this guy? Because when he gets the ball in his hands, he's one of the tight ends who could make a big play happen, which we needed he made his huge play in overtime, well needed. RJ Harvey showed his youth today and how he wants to try to force a big play, thinking that's how he's going to get his opportunities. The amount of inside runs he tried to bounce outside, trying to make the big play, it pissed me off at the moment when Chris Collinsworth said J.K. Dobbins wouldn't have done that. He's not wrong. J.K. would have just stayed with the inside run and just dealed with 1 yard, then try to bounce to the 2 unblocked defenders and try to make them both miss. And it goes on Geeks. He's not a good running back. Alec Push.
Because he's not.
Yep.
And it bugs me that the Broncos drafted him, not even because of who else they could have drafted. But there's this guy who wears the number 38 on your team who's just better.
He was great tonight.
And maybe he should be getting all of RJ's reps. And maybe you shouldn't have drafted RJ and you should have, fixed something else.
I think RJ needs to look in himself after this game because there was a lot of plays where he also could have had. He runs hard, and I give RJ so much credit for that. Because there were also plays where it should have been a 2-yard loss where he just wouldn't give up on the play. And a lot of running backs would, if they get wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, they feel hope is lost to stop. I say at AV Broncos game, I love Hufanga more than anything else in this world. Hufanga's awesome. And shout out Nick Bonito for being good at football and getting us out of this overtime game with a win.
Also, shout out Hufanga for... There were 3 plays where I locked in to watch where I saw him try to make a tackle but forget he has arms and just bounce off dudes.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
I want to talk about the Commanders real quick. And I want to give the Commanders a lot of credit. They walked in with actually a great game plan offensively. With Mariota. Mariota's a smart quarterback. He made one bad play all night.
Yeah.
Did you see his pick?
No.
He made the biggest no-no in quarterback school. So the game plan was, let's get rid of the ball quick. Let's not let Denver get pressure. It was the lowest pressure rate we had all year. We were at 5% at one point. He held onto the ball for 6 seconds, stepped up in the pocket, jumped, and just threw the ball to where he thought a guy was going to be. It was a bad... as a Marcus Mariota believer, it was not a good throw. But he played great outside of that. Ertz was great outside of the one ball he dropped in the end zone, which was... I think just because they played so much offense that quarter, old man Hurts was... It was past his bedtime.
Yeah. Scary Terry was cooking.
Yeah, Terry played really well.
There was a few. Scary Terry was just winning, and then there were a few where he would just smoke Sertan, and then Mariota would miss him, and I was like, nobody's gonna know this. I saw this. I saw that.
There's a few places he got him. There's a few places he got him.
It only ended up as like one that ended up as a catch that was meaningful, is what makes me sad. Because I can't in good conscience be like, look at what Terry did to Pat Surtain. Because when you go watch the plays where it matters, he wasn't really. But then you go look at these 4 incompletions. It's like he smoked them but nobody cares.
It's gonna be awesome. So many people are gonna try to cook Surtain for that touchdown in overtime, when it was just a well executed pick. I watched that and I'm like, I can't. That's just a well executed pick. Like, shit happens. Like, oh well. Yeah, but I really like what the Commanders' offense did to try to counteract Denver's defense, which has always been Denver's high point. I'm really interested. I want them to carry this, what they did, not just for this week into the Vikings game, because I think they'd have some success, especially if they have Jaden back to add another level to that. But
yeah,
this is a good 3-9 football team I watched tonight.
Yeah, man. If they could get some players on their defense who weren't 45 years old, they'd be cooking.
Like, this was a really good game by them.
Yeah.
I want to be upset that it was as close as it was. But I'm fine with it because some of the situations Bo Nix got forced into were situations he needs to... You can rep them in practice all you want. But having to go put on a drive where your run game's not working well in overtime, even if it's against this bad Commanders defense, is experience you just need to feel.
Yeah.
And I should be frustrated at an overtime win here, because it shouldn't be an overtime win. It was a great football game, so the Broncos finally had a primetime game that was good. But I'm fine with it. Anything else you want to talk about, Geek?
I don't think so.
Well, then, that does it here on Sports at Sunrise. We hope you have an outstanding day, and bye!